Hello, and welcome to my Champions League game versus Matías Zanetti. Uh, it is our second game against each other in this year's Champions League edition. I managed to win the previous one, and I hope that this one goes just as well. Hello, what do we have here? Alright. Uh, a pretty average hand, especially in terms of ops. It has purged Suez and captured Nazis, so there's a pretty wide range of possible headlines for me. Cambridge 5 probably isn't one of them. I have Asia scoring, so a clear goal on which I have to focus. No problematic cards, and in the Pakistani war, if I ever need to take care of situation in Pakistan or India, which is possible to happen since I will surely be fighting for Asian domination. And Purge would help me with that. However, if it gets defected, it's not gonna be pretty. Cambridge is pretty useless. It helps only with Europe and not even that much. Because he will of course headline Middle East if he has it. Suez Crisis is pretty unnecessary, especially after he didn't enter France. So the question is, do I go for paired or captured Nazis? Normally I would much prefer headlining paired, but I'm afraid I can't really afford that with the little ops I got. I will be holding yuan. I could also theoretically go for Asia headline, but that's probably too passive of a play. Huh. But capture Nazis are a good headline because... Oh no, that doesn't really matter. Huh. Alright. Uh, how sad am I gonna be if he defects Purge? Maybe this is acceptable. Let's try it. 5 F1, alright. Oh, that hurts. Okay, I will try Queen Guy around then. And I will roll just enough to successfully kick him out of there. Alright, so my tool of dealing with Pakistani situation is gone. I think I will be using the China card this turn. Because if I don't do that, I either have to skip a turn or play UN intervention for 1-up. Well, of course I will do the second option. So I don't think that's a good plan. That would be a huge waste. So what I'm going to do is I will just do something like that probably. Or maybe I can start by just entering Afghanistan and see what he does in response to that. I'm not that scared of... I'm not rushing with Middle Eastern presence because of course if he had Middle East he would obviously headline it instead of the 5-year plan, so that's not really relevant now. Alright. That's interesting. So he probably has Korean War. Okay, I guess I will just force uh, Asia this way. To defend against this, he would have to basically take Philippines and Indonesia, and then I could coup Indonesia. Uh, it was really annoying. Or he would have to coup Pakistan and roll extremely well. So well that he would have to flip it for his control. So I think I will go for that. Oh, and by the way, another reason why playing the China card like this isn't a huge problem, in my humble opinion, is that mm, I'm going to hold UN intervention thanks to it, so drawing CA won't be that much of a problem. Alright, he tried cooing, but fortunately he didn't roll well, so I will use this opportunity to drop Asia. Of course, there's a case to be made that maybe after that I could just use captured Nazi scientists. So to avoid him spacing something now and getting ahead of me on the space track. But I don't really feel threatened, and I really wanted to get rid of Asia because theoretically he could still have some answers. Alright, CIA is extremely non-problematic, and it's very good that it is out of the game for now at least. Now it's time to play captured Nazi scientists. And in my last year I will grant myself some presence in the Middle East. Truman. I will choose Iraq over Iran because it's much harder to coup me out of there, so it's a safer option. Hmm, that's surprising. That's very sad. Well, he took a pretty big risk, and well, it paid off. But I'm not sure if I like that play. However, I'm not going to judge him now. Let's focus on our task of bringing communism to pass. That's a pretty strong hand right here. Uh, I will probably be playing all of the cards I got. I will surely be playing Destal this turn, but I don't think I will headline it despite having defectors. The reason being that I don't really want to get good out of some places I will get it with Destal. However, on the other hand, I could use Destal in that way to get myself Thailand. I'm just not sure how important that is. I think I will start with socialists. If he headlines Marshall, then that's kind of a waste, but I think that's acceptable. You know, he goes for East European unrest. Taking away my diesel fuel. Alright, let's enter West Germany to threaten France. Go to India to secure my presence in that part of the world, and let's take Iran maybe. That sounds good. Of course, I don't have to rush with playing independent threats because, whoa, because if he plays Romanian abdication, I'm just going to grab all that influence with Destal, so that's not a problem. That suggests that he's going to take West Germany and UK soon, so I can use this opportunity to coup Panama with special since it's free now. That failure kind of hurts, especially if he manages to uh, coup me out of Iran and get himself a control over that country. Okay, he has only a weak card to do that job, so that's not enough. Hmm. I'm pretty starved of fuel when it comes to Destal. I may actually be forced to hold onto it until next turn, but that's not a big issue. Okay, let's do something like that. Comic-Con, alright. I won't have to hold Destal then. The question is, does he take South Korea or does he go for something like Libya plus, well, Korea or Malaysia or West Germany? It kind of depends. He probably should take Libya now. Oh no, he ignores that and goes for South Korea. Okay. I have no way of exploiting that really, since I would need to um, I would need to have Middle East scoring for that. Now I guess it's time to Distal because I can get Thailand kind of for free. It's tempting to take it away from South Korea, but I probably should take it from somewhere else. Let's say Afghanistan. And now another question is, do I prefer to hold on to defectors or UN? But I probably prefer the UN, especially because I don't know where US, Japan, and Marshall Plan are. So I kind of have to hold on to UN. I mean, it has to be my priority. Okay, now let's just take Thailand and Venezuela. Uh, if he wasn't present in Panama, I would probably put that second influence into Brazil, not into Venezuela. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But since he's in Panama, I prefer to protect Venezuela from him entering Colombia. Okay, let's establish Asian domination and let's secure Thailand. Or maybe I actually prefer something like that. Huh. I will go for Laos. Especially because in the Pakistani war is gone. For now. So far this game has been pretty fortunate for me. The worst part are Europe scoring being present and Middle East scoring not being present. Whoa, I didn't see what he discarded. He discarded the goal. Alright. What do we have here? Alright. So he got Middle East, Containment, Marshall, Nasser and Tikal. I think I'm going for Purge because I just don't have any better headlines. It will probably just, well, counter his Containment headline, if I were to guess. If not, though, it can be pretty problematic for him as this is going to make Decal unspaceable. But I guess he will just headline Containment. So that doesn't really matter. The question is, what do I do next? Oh. CIA, DAC, and you. Oh, that's much better for me than I expected. So the question is, do I give him the CIA or... Wait, no. Now I don't have to uh, use UN intervention for US-Japan because Asia is scored. So I can just space DAC, use UN with CIA, and play US-Japan casually. Uh, I will need it to take Saudi Arabia after he takes Libya. So I guess I will only coup with a 2-up. Or I could always also coup Lebanon with DAC, but I don't want to give him 3 VPs. So I guess I will take the risk and coup Panama with Olympic Games. Well, that's another critical failure in Panama, but at least now it's good that I didn't use a 4-up just to fail like that. It's good that I used Olympic Games for it. Oh, he uses it for influence, alright. So now, as I said, I will grab Saudi Arabia and give him US Japan. And he grabs Israel, right? Yeah. Well, that's to be expected. Let's get rid of CIA. He would drop Middle East. And I will probably use Romanian to go to Argentina. Oh, he had that again. That's unlucky. Ah, well, to be fair, he had 3 scorings, so... But it's not like he was happy about that hand, probably. I can space that. And I can grab that. Okay, now I have to remember that Vietnam is up for grabs. It's just a one stability non-battleground in Southeast Asia, so it would be wise to take it someday. Of course, Nasser is advisable to be played by him, since now Sadat is a strong card. And he's left with Decoy in hand. Alright, that's a pretty strong hand. And it has Brush War, which may be a great way to get Panama, followed by Flower Power coup in Mexico, followed by Central America scoring, followed by Chile and South America scoring and victory in the game. Let's see if that plan works out. Alright, that's a strong card, but it doesn't interfere with my plan. Okay, I'm glad that worked. Alright, here's the question. Do I just ignore everything and coup Mexico? Or do I do something more like that? B12, do I score it like this? I think that's the... It's not as risky of a play as the second option. It still scores me a lot of points if he just coups Africa. If he coups South America, it's not that great for me, but then at least he stands a chance of failing the coup, because it's not obvious that he will succeed. Let's go for it. He coups. Alright, I will allow that, of course. Let's drop Central before he gets presence thanks to Mexico. Sure. That's a free card, unfortunately. Whoa. Alright. I will give him his man in Tehran. Now Africa is worth 4 points. So if he scores it for 4 points, I'm fine with it. And my guess is that he will not be willing to give it up this cheaply. So he'll probably try going for African control. And if he does, I will just win by scoring South America control. Spaces, that's irrelevant. Wow, thanks for the game. Well, Destal always makes things easier than they should be. That's the feeling I get from playing the USSR. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video, as there is not much to be said about this game.